All right, hey, good morning, everybody. I know I'm already tripping over stuff, but due to some technical nerd problems yesterday, our audio was bad. We know we're trying to figure it out.
We're new at this stuff, man.
We're mechanics and bodymen. We're not
This is
Steven
great.
Spielberg. So anyway,
Walt Disney.
just to go over what we started doing on the Challenger yesterday, we're putting four-wheel Willwood brakes on this car. We can't turn it because it's locked. It's a spindle, and then it's I think it's a three-piece rotor and hat.
It is.
And then they're four-pot calipers, which are better than the old single pot that was on it, because that would extend the piston one way and then pull the other brake into the rotor. This way pushes evenly, 4 spots, and it pushes evenly into the brake rotor. So this car's going to stop on a dime. But like I said, we had some issues yesterday. I want to show you what we're doing here. So we're going to go over to the other side, because that one's just beginning to come apart, and we'll show you that, and show you what it's like to have a Challenger with four-wheel Willwood brakes.
When you call Willwood, make sure you get the high performance rubber bands.
Yeah, those are good, because the other ones, they hum. When, you know, rubber band. All right, cut. We're going to the other side.
I'm like, what do you mean? He said, couldn't they come up with a better way to hold that pin in? I'm like, dude, I gotta take that off there. It's a Carter key. We thought the rubber band was permanent.
Where's that recharge light stand? Oh.
My little light's on charge over there. I need to go grab it.
What's that?
My little light. Let me go grab it, see if that helps out. I feel like Marilyn Monroe right now.
I know, huh? All right, here's your factory disc setup. You got dust shield, your caliper bracket, and the spindle. We're going to change the spindle out with this unit right here. You do not use the dust shields in this application, so don't worry about them. Just, you can do it like a 7/8 of a Frisbee and just whip it. Hopefully nobody catches it right there, because that'll hurt. And then you got one of those Willwood brake pads.
Yeah, I do.
Now you might think that, given the fact that we got a lot less braking area, this is factory and this is the Willwood, but as you can see, it's only catching kind of in the middle anyway, so it really is about the same area that this one's catching, and the pressure is more even because there's 4 pots pushing on the brake pads evenly. So we're going to time lapse you and let Matt take this apart and then show you putting it back together. All right, we're working on the rest of the 86 GMC chassis, redoing all the brakes in it. I've already done the back. That's all done. All new hardware, wheel cylinders, shoes, drums, everything. Here we're going to replace the rotors and the hubs, but the first thing we got to do is get the locking hub out. So it's a 9/64 Allen. Take these out. They're very, very small, and you have a pretty good opportunity to break them, so be careful when you break them loose. There's 6 of these. Okay, once you get all them out, then you need to get a screwdriver. And a hammer and some pliers. Just get in behind this. Okay, this basically works like your dust shield. And this, when you turn this, whichever way you gotta turn it, it'll turn this gear in here and lock into the hub, and that gives you your 4-wheel drive. And then, next thing you gotta do, there's a little small locking pin in here. You gotta find the edge of that. Just small, like a piece of wire. Sometimes can be a little difficult to find the edge of it because there's so much grease in here. We'll find it. There's the edge of it right there. All right, we're on a dead stop with the Challenger because we got to change the axle bearings in it. They're not available locally, so I had to order them. So again, expect the unexpected. Here we are. Can't get this one done. So it's on the lift, but I need to put the Mustang on the lift so we can get body panels aligned on it, so we can do body work on Mike's Mustang and get that done. But it just, you know, expect the unexpected. I've said it to you on pretty much every car. There's going to be something that bites you in the butt, and this right now is it. And unfortunately, like I said, it's not something that's available locally, so we're dead stop with this. Matt's gonna button up a couple little things we got. I'm gonna finish taking the brakes apart on this because, again, dead stop. I had to order rotors for it because nobody stocks them, which is crazy because I don't think anybody does front brakes on these because it's so involved, you know, so they don't bother. So we're putting new rotors and new shoes and new calipers on it. New bearings, grease seals, everything. You know, we're just continuing with the theme on this truck that it's brand new. Every piece of this truck is going to be brand new. We're going to work the body. Most of the body panels we'll still be able to use. Some of them we won't, but you know, from here down, it's all brand new. I'm going to try and talk him into some 31-inch tires because his just has two 35/75 15s on it. That's hot. That's hot. And I've got a set of wider rims here that we can put the 31-10.5s on. I just think it'll make a, you know, nicer looking truck and it'll probably ride better. So, and I'm sure with, you know, what we're doing, he's not going to have a problem with that. Nice ear, by the way.
Thanks.
Did you tell him what happened?
No, it's none of their business.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Can you see it? I'll zoom in on the ear, man. Rip my ear off. Got a cool story.
Yep.
I'll show you all the piece of metal.
And that's why they always say wear ear protection.
My ear got hung on this corner right here.
Yeah.
It got stuck.
That's something I would do.
I was trying to tighten up the caliper bolts with the torque wrench.
No, you kick piles of nuts and bolts around. You don't get hurt. You just lose stuff.
Yeah, and then he tripped me and caused me to hurt my ear.
I know.
Mean.
Well, when he kicked that pile of nuts and bolts, one of them flew up and hit your ear.
And it caused an injury.
Yes.
Unsafe work practices.
That's right. OSHA, OSHA, OSHA. But, all right, I'm going to finish taking these brakes apart so I can show you. No, you don't have to do that. They've already seen it. I'll finish showing you take these brakes apart. Come on.
It acted like it wanted to slide out of it.
It does. Okay, Matt showed you getting that ring out while I was in ordering parts for the Challenger that we can't get locally. Once that retaining ring's out, you can pull the center of this hub out, which is, it's got a lot of old grease and whatnot in there, so it doesn't really want to cooperate coming out, but it will. See, now I'll just push it back in.
Here, pull on it.
Can't get grip on it anywhere. Here, let me show you the smart thing to do. It's been so damn long. It's been so long since I've done one of these, I forgot all the little tricks. You just thread a couple of screws back into that hub. These are the ones we took the chrome lockout cover off. And then give this a little bit of a wiggle. And it comes out. All right, that's what locks in your four-wheel drive. So when you put it back together, make sure you put that in it. And then in here, there's going to be a couple of nuts on it, and they're never really tight. They're, you know, once you get everything out, you can pretty much turn it by hand. I'm going to show you what we got here. Takes a minute. There's two in here. There's one nut that comes out after a while. There's one. They have a tool that does this, but they're never tight, so you really don't have to use the tool to do it. Then there's going to be a washer in here that locates the inner nut to the outer nut so you don't over tighten the bearing. Magnets are your friends sometimes too, but I'm not gonna get up and walk over there for a magnet. I'm gonna do it the hard way. That's your washer. See all the holes in it? The next nut that I take out has a pin on it, okay? And this washer, you have to tighten that nut up, tighten your bearings to where you want them. Then this will seal over that. The pin will sit through one of these holes, and then you put your other nut on. But we're going to show you all that when we go to put it back together someday when I get parts. This one generally comes out by hand too. Now there's two ways that you can replace these rotors. One is to hammer out all the studs and take this hub off, and then you just replace the rotor. It looks basically like a slip-on rotor at that point. Or you can get it with a new hub. We're going to go ahead and get the new hubs. It's only a couple dollars more, and it's new stuff, and we're trying to make it as new as possible. Hey, Sunday night I'm going to be on Uncle Tony's Live, so make sure you go over, subscribe to Uncle Tony's Garage, or check in on the live there, because I'm sure we'll be talking about something that makes sense to somebody. Hang on, let me get my phone, pause it. Another spam phone call, so I just sent them in telephone purgatory because I do not need a warranty on my car, and I did not stay at the Marriott. Remember when we were kids and we always used to make prank calls, Matt?
Yeah, I made one this morning as an adult.
Yeah, well, well, see, now we get prank calls every day.
Yeah. This lady called me this morning, talking about my dang insurance and my rates. She was really worried that my rates were really high. I said, lady, I don't have rates, I don't have insurance. I ain't got nothing. She hung up on me before I could finish. Those people were very, very...
Well, if you can see right there, that's where the pin was. Pin's no longer there, so it's a good thing we took it apart. We'll go ahead and fix that. And then the rotor will slip right off. And then if I was gonna, hang on, phone again.
Pump this up to 16 pounds while I crawl under there.
Yeah. Come. The only thing we got left on this Ford is it seems to have a little bit of a coolant leak.
16 pounds.
So we got our radiator pressure tester running up to 16, 17 pounds. Matt's under there looking for a leak.
Not dropping down any, is it?
Nope. Want me to go higher?
Grab me a napkin.
Get a napkin there. That's not losing any pressure.
Not,
No.
not leak.
Nope.
Don't see anything.
What is that little leak that was under? It was tranny fluid, wasn't it?
No, it's coolant.
Really?
Yeah, it's green. But I got coolant on the starter.
Yep.
Coolant on the tab on the back of the block. So I'm hoping the head gasket's not leaking coolant. But it's not. Is it holding pressure?
Yeah. Yeah, it dropped maybe a pound. Oh, it's not spraying out over here either.
Dang starter leaking coolant.
Is it? Start it? Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Well, as it turns out, this truck here's got a liquid cooled starter and it's leaking, so we're gonna have to replace that. It's probably the knifling pin that holds the.
Niffling pin?
Yeah, it holds the frost out.
Oh, bye, talk to you later, Val.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so maybe it has a coolant leak, maybe it doesn't.
I'm afraid,
Pump it up to like 80 pounds.
we might have to fire this puppy up and get the block on, see if the head gets a leak. It ain't coming from nowhere up here. It's coming from the bottom right there by the head.
Yep. And there's nothing back there. Intake
There's nothing that's got coolant in it but this right here and the head.
and the intake, right?
Yeah, and the intake, but it's all dry everywhere.
Yeah.
Except for right here above the starter.
So your diagnosis of a leaky starter is probably right.
That's right.
That's why we make the big bucks.
No, it's got coolant coming out of the starter, so I don't know how much longer it's gonna last. Starter being wet.
How much coolant's
But
coming
still
out?
got pressure.
Yep.
Hardly any.
Yeah.
It's been sitting here for 2 days now, and it's got 2 drops.
All fixed.
But I think it is coming from the head gas, to be honest.
Yep. All right. Well, we can tell him, keep an eye on it. Make sure
Yeah.
his coolant level's up because it's really not leaking bad, and it's
No.
not something we're going to tear apart right now.
No,
So
absolutely not. Ain't got time.
take it for a ride around. Oh, you know.
I'd also can drive.
Yeah.
How about just pull it up the side and let it run for a
Yeah,
minute?
let it run for a minute. Yep. All right, come over here. I'm going to show you how to remove these studs, even though we don't have to. But I'm going to buy this whole assembly for the truck, the hub. Otherwise, you got to knock all the studs out. And then they come apart. So you can buy just that rotor, and it looks like a regular floating rotor. Hang on.
Hello?
I'm also going to take off, let me show you on the other side. This is your backing plate here. It's held on by 6 bolts. So we'll take these off, sandblast them, paint them, make them new. Then we put the backing plate back on. We put bearings, because like I said, it's coming together. So we'll put the bearings in the hub. We'll put the grease seal in it, put a little bit of grease in there, put it back on, and then I will show you that installation is the reverse of removal. And then our chassis is all but done. Fuel tank, fuel lines, and that's about it. So we'll be back.
Come on around here. Come on around here. Look at the gauge. So whenever you got a coolant leak and you can't see where it's coming from easily, or see it dripping from where it's coming from, see it says 16 pounds right there on the cap? That's the radiator cap. So you want to pump this thing up to 16 pounds, and it puts everything under pressure. causes a slow leak to leak a little faster than normal, so you can easily find it. But if you jump under there, cut your light on your phone so you can see. Try the phone. I think that's too bright. It makes it too shiny. There you go. All right, so can you see?
What?
Can you see it good on camera?
Yeah.
You see the drip? Got it? Zoom in on it.
Yeah, I can get.
May have to crawl under there a little more. Stick your camera on up in there. Can you see it?
Yeah, I'm zooming in on it.
Oh, you are zooming in on it?
Yeah.
Alright, so,
Yeah, Roman Polanski's over there doing all his film work.
oh yeah, damn. So there's no coolant anywhere over here, any coolant hoses or any type of coolant passages other than inside of that head. And it appears that it's coming from the head gasket and dripping down from there. But yeah, terrible news for those Chevy motor.
Oh, shit.
But somebody had just put this motor together not too long ago. You got it?
Yeah.
You still filming?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Can you repeat whatever you just said?
you need help up?
Yeah.
Dang, man, you heavy.
170 pounds.
170? That's what I weigh.
I've been to plenty of doctor
I
appointments.
think I'm
lately.
178 or something like that. I'm not 170. Anyways, enough with the dieting information. Yeah, head gasket's leaking, so I don't know if we got time to do a head gasket on this or not, but I think Jim's gonna let the customer know and we're gonna figure it out from there. But if you look at this motor, it's fairly clean. And I doubt it's because he cleans it. I think it's because it's brand new. Look at this new head gasket right here. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
The brass head gasket, brand new head gasket. So I wonder if somebody just forgot to torque it back to the head down or something. I don't know. You never know. But we'll figure it out. Let the customer know what's going on. Give them an update. And go from there, I guess. Reach under there and grab that jack stand. Alright, y'all, we're back. Got Robert's Corvette back in here. He took it home and drove it a while, and then I passed him the other day on a highway close by here, and he gave me the thumbs up, said it was running good, and I went to pick up some parts, come back to the shop. About 10 minutes later, it pulls up on the back of a tow truck. But we did some investigating here, and pressure tested the radiator and found the leak here. It's a coolant leak, and it's coming from the heater box. Come on over, I'll show you. Cut your light on your camera. So it's your light on?
Yeah.
All right, come down here with my finger in. No, get this. Let me see the camera. So if you look right there, that's coming out of the heater box, which is here. Got your two heater hoses going in. But anyway, I think I got a good shot of the leak. But it's coming from the heater core. Again, he'll call Robert and we'll figure something out and get it fixed for him. Where's that radiator cap? But yeah, I'll go let Jim know, and he'll take it from there. Let me know what I need to do. Man, look outside. See that sunshine? It's been storming these last couple days. You know what that means? I'm gonna catch me a big catfish tonight.
Good boy.
Wow. Fix some dents.
This is just a tiny low spot.
Yeah.